when you move from your own country to another country, you are operating on different levels, Obehi. So you move into a country that may have different laws to what you were used to. You move into a country that has different traditions, different practices. And unfortunately, for people who are moving around the world, there is no, okay, you have human rights. You have, a list of human rights that every country has signed up for. And so there are basic levels of treatment that people should expect, and not nothing below that. And even that is often broken. So you can go into countries where basic human rights are being denied, both in Africa and in Europe, in the Caribbean, in Asia. Those human rights are not being upheld. So there's an inconsistency there to start with. Secondly, you've had mass migration for years. Some countries have called it the brain drain. So you've had qualified individuals leaving the Caribbean countries, leaving African countries, leaving Asian countries to go and work in the US and the UK countries, and they've gone to other countries once they're qualified. So that's been going on for a long time. And I don't know if this has ever happened, but there's never been, as far as I know, a consistent dialogue between the countries where people come from, the countries that they're going to, in terms of what should be expected of the host country. So if people are coming from a country and they're highly qualified, which means that they're contributing to the country they go to. If they go in as teachers, as doctors, as lawyers, as electricians, they are contributing to that country. So for me, a starting point would be some dialogue between the country they're coming from, their home, and the host country as to what can be expected. How can the host country really support them to settle, to assimilate? And there needs to be some level of accountability. If groups are going into countries and they're being treated badly, where's the accountability? Yeah. Where are the leaders of their home countries? Where are they coming out and saying to the host country, this is not acceptable? And back to my earlier point, that often doesn't happen. And that doesn't happen because contracts have been signed. And when I say contracts, I mean physical contracts and metaphorical contracts. Obehi, you say any responsible government would have stood by them. But unfortunately, I could go around almost every African country and Caribbean island and cite a similar story. Yeah, this is not an exception. There are communities that are being devastated every day from the damage caused by multinationals, and nobody is standing by them.
Yeah, and this is why for maybe for many Europeans, they need to understand why people are coming here, for example, no? Because when you destroy the land where people live, for example, we are looking at more than 20 million people living in the Ogoni land. This is one of the most richest part of the surface of the earth. Mangrove forest be destroyed. It will make you cry. Now, to these people, many of them are seeking asylum in Italy, in many other parts of Europe. And yet, so Europeans say, go back to your country, go home, go home. But you don't understand what is happening. Are you not supposed to understand that their land is being destroyed to keep Europe the way it is? This is where it becomes really difficult, You take in my land, you destroy. I don't have any means of survival anymore. What should I do? I just go home and die? We need a little sense of humanity here.
Yeah, and that that humanity that you talk about will also be linked to the image that the media creates of African people when they're leaving. Yeah, that humanity or that lack of it is linked to how African people are depicted. So if the whole story, the whole context is not given, and you are shown a boatload of people or a plane load of people who are coming into your country to seek asylum, and there's no backstory, and you already feel that your country doesn't have enough to cater for the people who are already there, then the humanity is not there because you don't know the story. And the reason you don't know the story is on purpose, because the way that people are treated, I don't believe is by default.